And I want you to take a look at these people. These are your enemies. If you're a sheeple, if you're one of the poor, struggling Americans who swallowed all the hoopla about terror and you support all the wars, and you're a good citizen and you wonder why you don't have a penny to your name, why you don't have a pot to piss in. If you're wondering why you don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, you need to wake up. Where did all your money go? I'm going to show you where your money went. And these people have done more to hurt you than any of the terrorists done. And I'm going to show you a picture of some usurers. This is from the Vanity Fair. See this? Let's look at this right here. Here's one of the usurers, one of the great Goldman usurers. Let's get that right over there. You can see this fella here. See that guy? That's a picture of a usurer. Now, who is this fellow? Who is that fellow? See that? There's the usurer. Now, let's go over here and see who that is. You see who that is? The CEO. Goldman CEO. I'm going to show you another usurer. Here's another one of the usurers. See this guy here? Look at this guy, isn't he? Look at that guy. With this little usurer pose. Look at him sitting in this chair, that fancy pose there. Let's take a look at that. Isn't that something? That's how usurers work. So here's your picture of the New York usurers. Look at that. Lloyd Blankfein, CEO, and COO Gary Cohn in the boardroom of Goldman's headquarters. Look at these guys. Look at these guys in the boardroom. Lloyd Blankfein and Gary Cohn, they stole your money. They've done more to hurt the American people than Al-Qaeda. These guys are usurers. Now this article is basically, it's one of these articles that hints that maybe Goldman done a few things wrong, but basically they're smart guys. They're the best of the bunch of what they do. Maybe they play a little rough. Maybe they not always come quite clean and everything do, but basically they're honest usurers. And it's kind of a they paint them as like charming rogues, maybe a little bit mischievous. What they do is whitewash the wickedness of the usurers. And if you read the whole article, it's generally favorable to Goldman Sachs. But there's a few interesting things I want to read to you. You can gain a few kernels of truth out of this article. The article begins with kind of a little history of how Goldman Sachs started and its history through the 20th century. But the interesting part in this article is a comment on how Goldman Sachs makes its money. I'm going to pick up fairly deep into the article. Under Blankfein, remember he's the current CEO, under Blankfein, Goldman continued to grow exponentially. By 2007, the firm's revenues were $46 billion, nearly 3 times that of 2000. In large part, this was a result of a strategy begun under Paulson but embraced by blank fine, in which Goldman no longer sat on the sidelines dispensing advice, but rather invested its own money alongside its clients. Goldman now has a money management business, a large private equity business, meaning that while big buyout funds are Goldman's clients, they are also its competitors, and a proprietary trading business, which exists specifically to trade Goldman's capital on Goldman's behalf. So hedge fund clients are also competitors. Now listen to this. Across Goldman's many trading businesses, the line is fuzzy as to when the firm is acting for itself and when it is acting on behalf of clients. You see, this lady who wrote this article, she hints, kind of winks at the thievery of Goldman. Across Goldman's many trading businesses, the line is fuzzy. The line is fuzzy as to when the firm is acting for itself and when it's acting on behalf of clients. Now listen to this next line. Despite the public financial statements Goldman files every quarter, no outsider can tell how the firm really makes its money. Nobody knows what Goldman is up to. And as we see in this morning's Wall Street Journal, nobody knew in September of 2008 what Goldman was up to with AIG when Hank Paulson went a begging to Congress for your money, for your tax dollars to bail out AIG, because Goldman was on the hook for nearly $25 billion in assets. Let's read this again. The line is fuzzy as to when Goldman is acting for itself and when it's acting on behalf of clients. Despite the public financial statements, no outsider can tell how Goldman really makes its money. Now this article also talks about the dealing, how Goldman managed to survive. You remember some of the other Wall Street firms went belly up. How exactly did Goldman survive? And now just a year later, they're making record profits. So let's look a little bit more of that in the next part of this little video.